95% of the people liked what they saw of us. But there's that one element, and I'm going to digress. When we started out, Tim and I started out, I had no reference to show business, nor did Tim. But I knew the Dells. They were from my hometown. Marvin, the lead singer, lived across the street from me. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, and the Dells grew up in that neighborhood. So I knew them from when I was a little boy. So when Tim and I said, let's become a comedy team, when we made that decision, I said, Tim, you want to go meet the lead singer of the Dells? Yeah, Marvin. Yeah. We went over to his house to tell him our idea. And he said, oh, it's a great idea, a black-white comedy team. No one's ever done that before. Oh, I wish you guys the best. As we're leaving, going to the car, I remember like it was yesterday, he said, they're going to try to freak you up. There's a game people play called Divide and Conquer. He said, there are some people, black or white, aren't going to like you two guys getting along like you do. So be ready for that. Tim and I got in the car and said, shit, that ain't going to happen. But it did happen. The fourth time on stage, a guy put a lit cigarette out in Tim's face. In that era, if there was a black guy who hated white people, hated them with a passion, he wasn't mad at me. He was mad at Tim for being with me. If there was a redneck white boy who hated black people, he wasn't mad at Tim. He's mad at me for being with Tim. In 1969, when we became a comedy team, as Tim has pointed out many times, the Vietnam War was raging. Students were protesting all over America.
Los Angeles.
Robert
On June
Kennedy
5th,
was
1960.
assassinated. Martin Luther King was assassinated 2 years apart. The Civil Rights Act passed in 1964. This was 5 years removed from that. The Jim Crow South was flourishing. You never saw a black guy and a white guy walking down the street together, let alone on a stage together. So we were an anomaly, but we also used that in that era to try to bring them together. Anytime there was racial tension, we performed there. High schools, colleges, prisons. Wherever there was racial tension, we didn't preach. We just went on stage and made people laugh. How many times a young black kid would come up afterward and say, you know, I got to tell you something, I got a white friend there. I really like the dude, but I can't make friends with him. The brother's going to wear me out. Then a white kid would come up and say, you know, I got a black friend. I like him, but the white guy's going to call me names. But after watching you and Tim, they both said, I'm going to reach out to my friend. I would rather have that than any bullshit Emmy or any kind of award you could give me in show business. Time and time again, that's happened. And people still come up to me to this day saying the first time they saw us and what that meant to them. Bloom High School in Chicago Heights just got a letter the other day saying the racial tension was there. There were going to be riots, and you and Tim came there and performed, and you brought us together. Thornton High School in Harvey. Same thing. Students wrote about it. And we didn't preach. We didn't say, y'all got to get along. We didn't say any of that. We just made people laugh. See, the thing that made our team work, and I'll shut up.
No, you won't.
I love it.
But go ahead.
The truth was, I loved this guy, and he loved me. We were buddies. We were pals. And people saw that. They saw that. Now, even when the act wasn't working sometimes, this wasn't a bullshit act put together by some William Morse agent. This was two guys who really liked one another and said, well, let's go do something about that.